Okay, so I just scored some PMags, and I wanted to fill them up. So I keep most of my ammo either bulk or loaded in magazines. So I load my PMags to 28 rounds. If you load full 30, this will probably be a waste of time for you to watch this, but if you're loading 30 rounds and you have your ammo in boxes like this, generally rifle ammo is going to come in a 20 round box. So just grab two PMags, 3 boxes of ammo, and you're at 60 and 60. It's pretty simple. Can't really get messed up with that. But if you're loading 28 rounds, it's kind of a pain. I've gone and loaded every mag with 20 rounds and then gone back and loaded 8 in each of them. I've done it all different kinds of ways. One thing that I found helps me is I store most of my ammo in buckets with Gamma Seal lids. I have like a little watertight seal or airtight seal, I guess, however you want to look at it. But what I'll do is, since I'm loading 28 mags in each of them, I'll just reach into my bucket and get 7 in each of them. So once I have 7 in all 4 of these, then I know I got my 28. So it's a little easier than counting to 28, because sometimes when you're counting like that, you just get lost. I like to, charge up mags when I'm watching TV or, listen to the radio, whatever, and you just lose track. So now I know I got all 28 because I have 7x4. It just seems to make my life a little easier. Now I know that I have 28. Not so much with the PMags, but how many times have you been loading up a pistol magazine, say it holds like 15 rounds, and you're sitting there and you're squeezing that son of a bitch, and you're like, why won't you go in there? And then you're like, oh crap, that's number 16. That's why it won't go in there. So this is just one way to kind of keep a little bit of sanity and make it a little easier when you're charging up your mags. If you're running pistol ammo in boxes, generally it's going to come 10x5, 50 rounds to a box. So if you have 15 round mags, it's relatively simple. You just grab 3 rows. You can keep track of that, 3, 3, 3. But if you're running 18 rounds, you're going to grab 3 rows, and then you're going to grab 3 rounds. Right? So this is what it's going to look like. Now how far do you have to go to get 18 more, right? A lot of guys will just go over here and grab 3 and 3 and then make up the difference in the middle. But it's actually a little bit easier. Say you're loading 18s. Just put 6 in each of these. Just do 6x3, right? Got one hiding there. So there's your 6x3, there's your 18 rounds. Load up your 18 rounds of pistol ammo. So, like I said, this is just a kind of a little easy way that I've found that kind of saves me a little bit of swearing and frustration and losing track of what I'm doing. I just separate it into what I need. And if you don't have Gamma lids, if you use ammo boxes or ammo cans, or if you store them in boxes, whatever, you can even use like a paper plate. Like some of the paper plates have little dividers in them. There might be like a larger section over here and then a couple little squares, or however the plate's configured for different things. So you can do it that way. Or you can always just make little piles. 3 piles of 6. There's your 18. Now you can charge up your 18 round mag and not have to wonder, hey, was that 17 or 18, or am I trying to push 19 into the 18, or whatever the number might be. But this will give you a little bit of a easier way to get the exact numbers that you want. And like I said, I usually do this as it's kind of like a something that I have to do, but I'm not really paying attention to it. There's a TV on in the background of the radio. So, if you have something like this, now I can just grab it like this and plug them in, right? Instead of having to actually count, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I find getting the counting out of the way early and having everything kind of organized and figured out before I do that, then I can just mindlessly stuff the mags and I know I have the right number in there. So it kind of saves me a little going back and wondering, do I have the right number in there? Are these a little light? Just makes it a little bit easier in the long run when you're charging up mags, especially if you've just gotten a whole bunch of new mags and you want to fill them all up and you're storing your ammo bulk. This makes your life a little bit easier.